Good afternoon, students. So, for this quarter, lesson 2 in computer technology, I will be discussing about the different types of diagram. So, in the different types of diagram, so you will be needing paper and pencil, if in case, ruler and bond paper, of course, our Google Apps, documents, forms, Drive, Jamboard, and then your classroom. And then we will be using the smartdraw.com page. So, we are going to identify the basic symbols used in technical drawing, and then selecting different types of technical drawing according to the job requirement or the purpose. So, a technical drawing is a precise and detailed drawing of an object. It is usually based on architecture or engineering. So, when we say technical drawing, it is the practice or skill of drawing of objects in a precise way using techniques of draftsmanship as employed in architecture or engineering. So, what is a diagram? We say diagrams and charts are visual representations of information or data. So it is very useful for documenting facts, plans, capturing ideas, and then enhancing communication, learning, and productivity. So what are these types of technical drawing? We have the schematic, pictorial, chart, block diagram, floor plan, and loop diagram. So these are only the basic diagrams that we can use in our daily lives, and then can also be applied in computer hardware servicing. So number 1 is a circuit diagram. So it is a visual display of electrical circuits, the one I have talked about in our previous lesson, lesson 1. So in circuit diagrams, we use different types of symbols such as electrical and then electronic symbols. So there are two types of circuit diagrams. We have the pictorial and the schematic style. When we say pictorial, so this is the pictorial diagram, and then this is the schematic circuit diagram. When we say pictorial, we are picturing out or displaying the actual pictures of electrical and electronic symbols. For example, this battery, and then these bulbs. And then if you're going to convert it to schematic diagram, we're going to use the electrical symbol and the electronic symbol. For example, for the switches, for the battery, this for the battery, and another for the lamps. And then this is a complex circuit diagram. So know the difference between the pictorial circuit diagram and the schematic circuit diagram. And then the next one is the graph-based diagram. So it presents statistical data. Common of these are bar graph, line graph, histogram, pie chart, so on and so forth. And then we can create these graph-based diagrams with the use of specifically Google Sheets or Microsoft Excel. Of course, Microsoft Excel. So the advantage of using graphs is that they can show changes over time or comparisons of numbers more than clearly than using a table. So example is here a type of graph-based diagram. As you can see, if you're going to look at smartdraw.com, or rather than a smart, let's use Excel. So if you're going to use Excel, we can create such data. For example, apples, pineapples, pears. So if you're going to input this data, 5, just going to select your data and then insert charts. So from the charts group, you can create different types of chart. So we have column, line, pie, bar, area, so on and so forth, depending on what data you're going to display, you can choose as many as templates you can use from Microsoft Excel. But then, Excel can recommend a certain type of chart. So, going back to our lesson, we also have the block diagram. So, a block diagram is a specialized high-level flow chart used in engineering. It is used to design systems and then provides a hierarchy or overview of major system components. And then it is also used to display data in the form of blocks. And then it also uses rectangles and shapes as a flow. For example, is a type of block diagram. So, block diagram is usually used in displaying systems and flow. Floor plan. So, a floor plan is also called a layout plan. It is a scale diagram of a room or a building. So, it may depict entire building, one floor, or the whole building itself, or a single room. It also includes, of course, measurements, furniture, appliances, and then anything that is related to the plan itself. So, this is an example of a floor plan. So, this is a floor plan of a one-story house with dining area, kitchen, living room, bedroom, and then bathroom. So, it contains measurement and, of course, furnitures. So, you can also create floor plans with the use of smartdraw.com. So, you can choose any templates from here. You can start or download the subedition of a smartdraw.com. So, you can create. So, these are only examples. So, with this smartdraw, you can also color your furnitures. So, as you can see, it contains dimensions. If you're wondering how you can create it, you can follow the instructions here on how to create your floor plans. And then if you're planning to create your dream room, you can use this. Going back to our lesson, so a loop diagram. So in using a loop diagram, it also contains text and arrows. So it displays a cycle of data. Another is a flowchart. So a flowchart is a visual representation of sequence of steps and decisions needed to perform a process. So each flow contains different types of data. So as you can see, so this is an example of flowchart. On the following lessons we're going to create and then use this flowchart. So for example, we have different types of symbols in flowchart. We have the oval type, and then the parallelograms, the arrows, and then the rectangle one. So each symbols may display a certain type of data. So we're going to discuss that in our next lesson. So for your activities, please answer the online activities and then worksheets. That is all. Thank you.